I'm gonna start with the drawing portion of it. So here I'm actually lightly sketching with the cool gray Copic marker. So I know that you can't really see it here, but I'm actually looking at my screen, which is right in front of me. And then so on the screen are 3 to 4 images that I'm referencing. One for pose, one for facial features, and one for hair. And so I'm trying to combine those 3 images and make one. I was initially going to start with pencil, but I figured since I actually had the markers on me, I just decided to start with the markers instead, because I remember a long time ago when I would go to the zoo and go draw, sometimes markers were a little bit more forgiving versus working on pencil directly. So here you can finally see the drawing kind of come together a little bit here. So if you look closely, you can really see the hair kind of already drawn out. I already got a good idea of what it is that I wanted to do based off the reference. And then so I just kind of just drew what it kind of felt like to me, and then afterwards I applied it to the drawing. So here when I'm drawing, I'm actually using a slightly darker brush pen. And when I initially started drawing this drawing, the feet kind of was cropped out of the page. And then so I had to make the legs a little shorter while trying to figure out the drawing work as a whole. So what I'm doing here is that I'm going over it with my red pencil, and so when I get to the inking portion of it, I'll know where to put it down. Because right now, with only the blue sketch, it's so loose that I wouldn't know where I would put it. And so that's why I'm drawing it with the red pencil. And when I'm drawing digitally, this is kind of like similar in process. I try to get the feeling of the drawing right first, and then after I feel like that I've accomplished that, then I'll go over it again under a lower opacity. And for people that don't know what opacity means to make the drawing transparent, and so you could put another drawing on top of it, which would come out bolder, clearer, more visibly. I don't know the right word for it, but yeah, so this is the same exact thing. Also, let me know if this view works. When I was recording this, I thought it looked pretty okay, but probably like halfway during this record, I was wondering if I should have put the camera on top of the drawing like how I did in the first video, and let me know what you guys prefer in the comments below. The drawing looks pretty okay so far. So here I'm drawing the hair in a little bit more, trying to finalize what it is that I'm going to do, trying to maintain the weave look. Using a lead pencil, 0.5. This one's really cool because I think it's like an architect's pencil, where it has like a really long tip and it's like a metal handle. So what I'm doing here is that I'm adding some marker around the drawing just so that the drawing actually stands out a little bit more. Time for the inking part of it. So the pen I use is a Bic round pen for the initial inking phase. The first thing that I ink is the eyes. That's the one I actually spend the most time on because I feel like if there's anything that you need to get right in a drawing, it has to be the eyes. Any other part of the drawing you could make a mistake in, and I think it's going to be totally fine, but the eyes need to be right. So that's what I kind of spend time on the most. Maybe I should have zoomed in on this a little bit more, but yeah, I'm still trying to figure this part out. About more than halfway through with the inking. Now I'm going over it with a micron brush pen that I forgot that I actually had, and then so I was glad that I found it because I totally thought it was gonna help the hair portion of the drawing. And this one I was drawing really lightly because it felt like a big blotch would have completely ruined the drawing. So I was really faint with this one, really light-handed with this one. And I was only kind of drawing it where shadow would kind of hit, and then so it would be more of like a weighted line approach instead of it being an overall outline for her hair entirely, which I didn't want to do. So here, I don't know if I actually show the pen, but the pen that I'm using now is a micron pen. My son always tells me not to haystack, but I can't help it. He's always telling me, "Don't draw properly, Daddy." And so here I'm filling in her laces, and then later on in the video, I actually fill it in. I actually color in her chunks. So finally adding some final details here. Finally coming up to the finish line, doing a little bit of erasing. And here's the final. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks guys for watching.